Hey. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Motivated Entrepreneurs. It is episode 289 as I'm reading it. Okay, so I want to talk to you about something that I fall into this trap of all the time. And it's very simple. If you want me to do something for you, all you have to do is ask me in advance. Because in my mind, I just think, what? 3 months time, do a speech, yeah, of course I will. Come to a conference with you, share the speech, yeah, of course I will. I'll give you 2 examples. Number 1, self-storage. Somebody asked me to do a conference, and I'll be honest, I knew I didn't want to do it. Straight away. But what do? Because I'm polite and everybody's polite. We're British, we're English, we're polite. Well, most people are polite anyway. And I'm a people pleaser. I want to please people. And so when someone said that to me, do you want to do this? Will you do this for us? Will you come and talk to our members? I was like, yeah, of course I will. No problem. And the quick, it was supposed to happen in the summer. Luckily, I don't think I said luckily, but it didn't happen because of COVID. And it was coming closer and closer to the event. I was getting emails and asking what I'm going to talk about and how I'm going to structure it and what I'm going to do. And I began to dread it. And there was another speech that I was doing last year. I was asked to do a joint speech and in Vegas. And I was going anyway. I was going to the conference. This guy's an awesome guy who was doing the speech. And he asked me, it was a privilege to be asked. It was one of those where it was a privilege. It was at the World Self-Storage Conference. I spoke there the previous year. I was hosting roundtables. And it was a privilege to be asked by that guy who I looked up to and respected. Very, very successful man. And it was a privilege to be asked. And so instead of saying no, I said yes. And it wasn't right for me. I didn't want to do it. I wasn't motivated. I didn't put my best work forward. And on the run up, because you had to have the speeches in for the keynotes presentations, you had to PowerPoint. You had to have them in for literally probably 3 months in advance. And so even though it didn't happen because of COVID, it was this year actually, sorry. Even though it didn't, this year's molding into 1 or 2 years. It's weird. It didn't happen because of COVID. I still said yes, and I still put the work in as if I was doing the speech anyway. I rehearsed it. I had to put all the PowerPoint together. I had to structure it. So all the work was already done. And during that work, I was so mad with myself thinking, why have I said yes? Why have I said yes to do it? I used to say yes to stag do's that I didn't want to go on. I used to say yes to holidays that I didn't really want to go on with people and with families and couples and stuff. I used to say yes all the time. And because I always think that, it's 3 months' time. It's next year. Of course, I'll do this. Yes, I'll go there. Yes, me and Claire, the wife, can do this. And then when it comes to it, I'm thinking, what have I done? So Zach and Kai, by the way, this is who I do the podcast for. Zach and Kai, they're my 2 sons. When somebody asks you to do it, what I want you to do, what I need you to do, what I think will be best for you is to actually think, if it was tomorrow, would I do that thing? Because in the future, it's so far away. We're not attached to the future. We're only attached to the present. So it almost feels like a different timeline. It almost feels like it's not going to come around. And so we more often than not say yes to something when we should be saying no to something. And so you need to ask yourself, if this was tomorrow, would I be happy doing it? If the answer is yes, then go for it. Because remember, if you're saying yes to something or someone, then you are saying no to endless other opportunities. This is in work, in business, in personal. This can affect your whole life. So remember, if you are going to say yes to somebody, then you are taking away that element of your time, that part of your time, that part of your life, and you will have to say no to other opportunities. So is that thing you're saying yes to the right thing for you? And the only way of finding out is, if this event was tomorrow, would I be happy I'm doing it? If this party, if this holiday, if this XYZ would be happening tomorrow, would I be pleased I said yes? And if it is, go for it. If it isn't, then you know what? It's not for you. Simple as that. I fall into this trap all the time. So just something to be careful of. Tomorrow, often do like it's about commitment, hard work, and effort and results. Tomorrow morning, I will be speaking to you then. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Ta-ta.